to geometry class. It is going to be a great year this year. For those that are shocked to hear my voice, most of you know me. My name is Mr. Erhardt. For those that do not, well, I just told you my name. My name is Mr. Erhardt. I do struggle with spasmodic dysphonia. I was diagnosed with this about 18 months ago. I am doing voice therapy and constantly trying to improve, and I have seen some improvement. But it's still easier at this time to whisper than to try to talk. If I try to talk, it sounds kind of like that. So I'm just going to whisper, and you guys will get used to it. So crank up the volume. Something your moms and dads probably tell you not to do. But in this class, it's going to be okay to turn up the volume so you can hear me. I have a moment of silence here for the summer. Like, what a great summer it was. As all summers are, they're enjoyable, and kind of a moment of silence as we realize it's over with. And I'm as sad as the next guy is, but I'm also excited about the school year starting. I'm going to give you a lot of information today, and so please make sure you listen well and write down a lot of stuff. Please, students, do that, okay? It's my honor and my privilege to teach you this year. I want to start off by explaining some things about geometry that you really, really, really need to hear, okay? So I want you to have some really big ears and listen well. First of all, geometry is unlike any other math class that you have had or you will have in high school. I'm just being honest with you. In middle school, high school, elementary, you studied types of problems. When you were younger, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Then you got older, equations, linear equations, algebraic expressions, percentages, decimals, fractions. Then you got older, you started graphing linear equations by using the slope-intercept method, plotting points method, double-intercept method. You started solving more difficult linear equations, linear systems, and you studied types of problems, and you learned how to solve those problems. Geometry is nothing like that. In geometry, you're going to be doing more memorizing than you ever did in any other math class. You're going to memorize definitions, postulates, corollaries, and let me pause and tell you for the rest of this video, whenever you see me writing, I'm using a mouse, not a pen, so it will be a little sloppy. It's very difficult to do using a mouse. But anyways, corollaries, theorems, formulas. Now, some of these things you might recognize, some of them you don't, and that's okay. When we get to those, I will tell you what they are, and I will help you understand them. But here's why geometry is different. You're going to be doing a lot of memorizing, and then on tests and quizzes, I will test you on these postulates, corollaries, theorems, formulas, and definitions. I will test you coming from many different directions using different problems to see how well you understand those things. And that's what makes geometry challenging, because you're really not studying a certain type of problem. You're studying a principle or a truth, and you're not quite sure how I'm going to test you on that, and so it can be a little challenging. We're also going to be doing 2-column proofs. Now, if any of you have had older siblings who have done 2-column proofs, they will tell you they're pretty difficult, okay? And I mean, most students struggle with them, so most of you probably will. Don't feel weird about that. Don't feel inadequate or dumb. Most students are going to struggle with 2-column proofs. But they can be a lot of fun too, okay? It's giving you some information and then saying, here's what I want you to end up with. Now prove it. Take me from this point here down to this point here, okay? And prove to me how you can take this truth here and prove this truth here in the end. And that's kind of what 2-column proofs are. We'll be doing those this year, and again, they're pretty challenging. You will be doing a lot of reasoning, okay? Common sense and reasoning. It is a tough class, but I can't think of anything more fulfilling than coming face to face with something can get an A and they're really good at cheating, and so they cheat their way through. That's not conquering a class. And by the way, they're cheating themselves more than anyone else. Some students are really gifted in math and they can get an A without even working hard. Well, to me, that's not conquering the class. When I say conquer the class, I'm saying you should get the highest possible grade that you are capable of getting. In other words, do nothing less than your best, and you've conquered the class. If the best you can get is a C, then get that C plus. If the best you can get is an A, then make sure you get that A. Alright? But everyone can pass the class. So yes, it's a tough class, but you can do this if you work hard. Now this email address is wrong. Let me fix that real quick. If you need to contact me, please do so as often as you need to, because I'm getting paid to be your teacher, and I have no problem with you contacting me. Alright? Let me also give you my phone number here, in case you need this. Now, I prefer email, but if you have to call, that's fine. My phone number, write this down, please, 706-965-2675. And my email, erhardtm@bereanacademy.net. I'm going to pause for a second and be quiet and let you copy that down. Copy those two things down. Okay, we are moving on. Don't hesitate to contact me. I'm here to help you. There's my phone number. There's my email address. Let's move on. There are some items I need you to have in class every day. For example, if we are doing a construction or some other activity and you don't have the necessary tools, you're going to get behind. You're not going to understand what we are doing because you're not going to be able to sit there and listen to the excellent teaching. I'm just kidding, but listen to the teaching and practice and follow the instructions that I'm giving you, and then find out how to use your tools. You need to have these things here every day. Now, I know it's the middle of the week, and some of you might not have these items until next week, but I'd really like you to have these items by next Monday, if at all possible. Okay? I'm not going to do a check on that, but be responsible and understand if you don't have these things, you're hurting yourself. Now, number one, bring your textbook to class every day. You're welcome to write that down, but to me, that's common sense. Don't come to class without your book. Miss Carol will be passing those out to you. Maybe she will be, or she already has. Either way, you will have those. Get your book covers on them. Take care of them. And make sure that you bring it to class. You're going to need a notebook for notes. I had students last year that filled up 2 and 3 spiral-bound notebooks. We take a lot of notes in geometry. We write down a lot of definitions, postulate, corollaries, theorems, proofs, definitions. So make sure you bring your notebook every day to take notes in. Every day, okay? Pen or pencil, I do not mind you having pens. I do not mind you using a pen as long as you're neat. If you're not neat, then use a pencil and erase when you make mistakes. Alright? But come to class every day with a pen or pencil. There's probably nothing more annoying than a student who comes to class always prepared, has their little zipper pouch full of pens and pencils, and people borrow from them. Well, 99% of the time we all know the truth. When someone borrows a pen or pencil, it usually does not get returned. And the student that has them, they feel guilty if they don't say yes. They feel like people are going to say they're selfish. But to be honest with you, I mean, they don't want to lose their pens and pencils. And their mom and dad don't want to pay for everyone in the whole class to have a pen and pencil. So bring your own pencils, bring your own pens to class every day. If you tell your parents that you need a TI graphing calculator, you are lying to them. You are not being honest. You do not need a graphing calculator. If you have one, awesome. It'll work. Keep it. Great. No problem. And you'll probably need one next year for Algebra 2 and definitely for Pre-Cal. But But for geometry, if you don't have one, you do not need to go out and spend $70 to $100 to get a TI grapher. That is not necessary. Well, Mr. Erhardt, what do we need then? You need a scientific calculator. And Miss Carol can explain that to you if you want to bring yours in and show her it needs sine, cosine, tangent, square roots, exponential buttons, etc., etc., okay? You can get a really nice, average, nice scientific calculator for probably about $10 at Walmart, okay? And that's all that you need for this class, but please bring it every day. You will need a protractor, alright? And so there's what one looks like. Have that and bring it to class with you every day. We're not going to use it every day, but you never know when we're going to use it. You will need a compass. Okay, one of those things that makes circles. Alright? Please have that and bring it with you to class every day so when you need it, you have it. Okay? Alright, moving on. We will be starting our exciting, awesome exploration into geometry with lesson 1.4. Let me quickly explain why we are skipping lessons 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. Alright? Lesson 1.1 is a very neat, cool lesson that shows how drawings can be deceiving, like optical illusions, when they are drawn a certain way. Now, it's a good lesson, and we'll come back to it if we have time at the end of the year. But that's not one of the meat of what we're trying to get into here in geometry. So that lesson there is one we're not going to spend time on. Lesson 1.2 covers ordered pairs and geometry shapes or geometrical shapes. Now, ordered pairs should have been covered very thoroughly in Algebra 1, so we're not going to go over that again. An ordered pair looks like this. Remember, you have something like 2 comma negative 5, okay? And you plot that ordered pair on a coordinate plane. Here's your y-axis, here's your x-axis, etc., etc., okay? And so we're not going to go over that. You all should be very familiar with that. Also, geometry shapes are very important, but as we go through the book, we look at these anyways, and we learn them as we go, and we learn characteristics about them as we go. So I'm not going to spend time now going over that when we are going to cover that later in the book. Lesson 1.3 covers congruence and similarity. Those two topics there might arguably be the two most important topics that we cover this year. So why are we skipping them? Because they're covered later in the book. And when we cover them in the book, I will then pause and explain well what we mean when we're talking about congruent and similar objects. Okay? So, it is very important that we study this, but we will be studying this in very much detail later on in the book. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay? Alright, moving on. So we are going to start with lesson 1.4 tomorrow. Again, contact me as often as you need to. I'm here to help you. I'm getting paid to teach you. I actually get annoyed when students who have questions don't ask questions. So please contact me if you have questions. Now, let's get into how the videos work. If any of you had siblings in video classes in the past, you probably heard them talk about a website called teachhim.com. Now, last night, I got the videos all ready, went to teachhim.com and tried to upload them, and the website is not working. I have contacted them. It is a free website, and I'm trying to find out what's wrong, okay? But until that happens, we're going to have to be stuck with going straight to YouTube and using the videos there, which is really going to be long and drawn out and detailed, but it's what we're going to have to do now. As soon as we get a better system, then we'll put that in place. But until then, I'm going to have to use YouTube. Now, I want to show you how the videos work. Please pay attention. You are responsible for everything I'm going to say. I would encourage you to take really good notes. I will tell you when you need to write something down, but you are now being treated like college kids. You are totally on your own. You must know how to access these videos on your own. Now, the first thing that you need to learn is the name of the website from which you will access the videos. And you're probably thinking, why do I have to learn that? We're going to watch the videos in class anyways, so why would you need to learn how to access the videos on your own? Well, there's more than two reasons, but here's two that pop in my mind. You're going to miss class before the year's over, even if you're a perfect attendance type of student. There are still family emergencies. You know, God forbid that happens. Emergency runs to the hospital. Athletic events, you are not counted absent when you're with a school function, but you're still going to miss class. There's going to be soccer tournaments, basketball tournaments, baseball tournaments, cross country, volleyball, golf, baseball, fine arts, regional fine arts, state fine arts, national competition, field trips, etc. So if you miss class or on a trip, you have to know how to find the videos that you missed and watch them on your own. Are you listening? I know I'm not a super exciting teacher, but I'm telling you, you need to get this. It's very important. Another reason is I give you homework help videos, so that way you do not have questions on your homework. Well, if you're at home and you're struggling with your homework, you have to know how to access those videos. Okay? So, having given these reasons, here is the process that you are going to use to view videos for this class. I'm going to show you on the internet right now. So sit back, get your pens and pencils ready, and please take really, really, really good notes. Okay, now I know that everyone knows what YouTube is, and let me pause and say, I know that some bad pictures can pop up on YouTube. I'm not a fan of using this for class, but as of now I have no choice. Now as soon as I'm able to get that other website up and running, that's fine. But until then, here's what you do. Are you ready? Write this down. The first thing you do is go to YouTube, okay? Now if you have a YouTube account and you want to log in, that's fine. If you don't want to, that's fine. Whatever. You do not have to have a YouTube account to watch these videos. In fact, I intentionally, notice it says sign in right here. I intentionally am not signed in right now, so you can see this firsthand, how to do this, whether or not you have an account. Now, write this in your notes. You go to youtube.com. Got it? Write it down. The next thing you do is you look somewhere for browse channels, because the next thing you're going to do is you're going to find the channel that I use. So click on browse channels. You might want to write that down. Now different channels are going to pop up. Just ignore those. I don't care about those. You're looking for up here for search channels. So let's review. You first of all go to YouTube. Once you go to YouTube, you go to browse channels. Once you go to browse channels, you type in my channel's name, which is Joshua Erhardt. Now, the reason I use my son's name is I had my own account, and I used that for home school videos for math students that I taught in the past. So I made another account for this. So here it is. So the channel you're trying to find is Joshua Erhardt. I'm probably putting almost all of you to sleep, but I'm going to make sure you understand this. Let's go over it again. You go to YouTube. Once you go to YouTube, you find browse channels. Click on that. Once you get there, you want to find my channel, which is Joshua Erhardt. Hit enter. Now, I do not know who Tanisha Erhardt is, but I know who Joshua Erhardt is. And there's my my channel right there. So if you want to subscribe to it, fine. You don't have to. Just click on Joshua Erhardt. Boom, there. Alright, good sound effects. You want to hear that again? Boom. Alright, now we're on the Joshua Erhardt channel. Okay, so there's the channel. Now, once you do that, you're looking for playlists. Click on playlists. There's pre and pre-cal. That's for the pre-cal class. Here's your class, Geometry Track 1. Here's another class, Geometry Track 2. Just ignore this, another thing I did years ago. Now, let's review. Please take really good notes on this. The first thing you do is go to youtube.com. The second thing you do is you find my channel. And my channel is called Joshua Erhardt. So you go to Browse Channels, search for Joshua Erhardt, and up pops my channel. When you see that, click on my channel. Once you click on my channel, you go to Playlists. Click on Playlists right here. And there's the different playlists. Now, by the way, I have 1,595 videos on this account. 1,595. So there's no way that you want to try to find the video you're looking for without going to a playlist. You do not want to start scrolling, okay? So go to Playlists and then go to Geometry Track 1. Now, if you'll click on Geometry Track 1, you'll notice there's one video there. Well, that's the video I made yesterday when I thought that I had teachhim.com. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that later and take that off there. But now you can see as the year goes on, there's going to be probably over 100, well, easily over 100. There'll be hundreds of videos down through here. Okay, and you have to scroll down and find the one that you want. That's why I don't like this system. It takes a little bit of time, and hopefully I can get that web page up and running. But until then, go to YouTube, go to Browse Channels, find my channel, Joshua Erhardt, click on that, go to Playlists, click on Geometry Track 1, and here's all the videos right here that you need. Okay. Now, tomorrow, and Miss Carroll needs to know this, okay? Tomorrow, it'll be her job in class to go to YouTube, Josh Erhardt, Playlists, and she'll look for a video called Geometry Track 1, August 20th. She'll click on that, and it will tell her and you students she'll play it for the class. So Miss Carroll, I will not email you every day. Now you need to check your email every day, okay? In case I send you tests or quizzes or handouts. But I will not email you every day. Every day she'll come in, she'll type in Geometry Track 1, the day's date, that's the video, she'll look for. She'll click on it, and that video will tell her and you students what to watch for that day, okay? Alright, so, there we go. And actually, to be honest, the more I think about it, Miss Carroll, it might be easier if I emailed the links to you every night, so you're not searching for those, and I'll probably do that for you. So I'll see if I can do that. But anyways, this is where you find the videos, guys. Got it? They'll be listed all the way down through here. YouTube. Go to the Josh Erhardt channel. Click on that. Go to Playlist. Click on that. And then you'll have videos listed out. Now, continuing on. Here's the next question. You might say, well, Mr. Erhardt, fine. But how do I know what videos to look for when I'm at home? Well, here's the answer. Please, please write this down. The name of the video will be the date of that day. It's that easy. The name of the video will be the date of that day. Let me give you an example in case you're confused. Listen, I'll make this really clear. You know, I hope this doesn't happen. Let's say someone goes home tonight and they really get sick and they're not able to come to school tomorrow. So they miss tomorrow, which is Thursday, August 20th, and they're at home and they know they got to watch their pre-in video or their geometry video. So here's what they do. They go to YouTube. They go to Browse Channels. They go to Josh Erhardt. They click on Playlist and they click on Geometry Track 1, and then they search for this video here because they were missing on Thursday, August 20th. They would look for this video here. There it is. Geometry Track 1, August 20th. This part here will never change. It'll always start off Geometry Track 1 and then the date that you missed. So if you miss Friday and you're at home and you want to see what to do, you would look for this video right here. You would look for Geometry, Track 1, August 21st. You would click on that video, you would watch it, and that video would tell you everything to do for the day. It would tell you what videos to watch, what homework to do, what tests are coming up, what quizzes are coming up. So it's really easy, guys. Geometry Track 1 and the date that you missed. Okay, let's say you watched the video. Let's say you're not absent. Let's just say you really didn't understand the math one day. You listened in class, you took notes, but you're a little confused. Okay, no problem. Then you, whatever day you were confused, let's say you're confused on Tuesday of next week. All right, I think that would be, I think that's the 25th, I believe. Then you would go home, go to YouTube, pull up the account. You would type in Geometry Track 1, August 25th. And then watch the video again, okay? So that is how you know what day to access. I hope you guys are taking really good notes. If you're not, you're making a very bad mistake, alright? Now here's a really cool feature that you might not know about. I kind of mentioned it earlier a little bit. With every homework assignment, there will be a homework help video. Dude, that is so helpful, alright? I mean, no more coming into class the next day, like when I taught at Berean and Tennessee Temple, and students saying, hey, I've got questions, we have to answer questions on the homework. No more of that, okay? I used to teach Miss Carol many years ago, and back then the students would come in, I would teach the math for the day, save about 15-20 minutes into the class period for questions on homework from the previous night, and they would ask questions. We don't have to do that anymore, okay? With every homework assignment, there's a homework help video. Alright? And so you're probably saying to yourself, how would I access this homework video? Great question. I'm glad you asked it. Let me explain. Here's how you access the homework help videos. Please make note of this. The name of the homework help video will always be the date the homework was assigned plus the word homework. The date the homework was given to you, not the date that it was due, the date that it was given to you, plus the word homework. Let me give you an example so there's no confusion. Let's again say that you're absent tomorrow on Thursday, okay? So you're at home and you work on the homework and you have a question on your homework. And so, okay, what would the homework help video be? Well, it would be Geometry, Track 1, and then the date, which tomorrow is the 20th, and then the word homework. That's the video you would look for. So you would go right here, and you would scroll down these videos right here, all of these videos. And let me show you what it looks like when you have a lot of videos. When you have a lot of videos, it would look like this. Here's 119 over here. There. See all these videos right here? You would scroll down like this. And we'll have more than this before the year's over, okay? But you would scroll down. And you would look for this video right here. Geometry, Track 1, August 20th homework. Because if you missed Thursday, that's the day I gave homework. If you missed Friday and you wanted to watch the homework help video, then you would look for a video called Geometry, Track 1, August 21st, and the word homework. Okay? I hope this is making sense. Please write all of this down. Make sure you're listening. It's really easy. Again, you go to YouTube, browse channels, look for the Josh Erhardt channel, click on it, click on playlists, click on Geometry Track 1, and all the videos will be listed for you there. Okay, let me quickly address the topic of homework. I will be emailing and or calling parents every single night when homework is not turned in. There was one family I must have emailed 60 or 70 times last year, and I kept right on emailing. That's my job. It's not a mean thing, it's not a hateful thing, it's your parents are paying money, and it's my job to communicate with them. So if you do not turn your homework in the next day when it's due, they will get an email, they will know, okay? Listen, don't skip homework, that's crazy. Homework is where you make mistakes, you learn from your mistakes, and you get practice. Please don't miss your homework. What about makeup tests and quizzes? Let's talk about this. I will send the makeup tests and quizzes to Miss Carol. It'll be your job to go to her and say, Miss Carol, I'm going to take my makeup quiz or my makeup test during third hour tomorrow. And Miss Carroll knows this. She would not give the test or quiz to you. She would ask you who the teacher is, and she'll make sure that third hour teacher has that test or quiz. It's your job to go there the next day and take it, okay? Now, when do you make them up? Don't worry, you will know. I am meticulous and annoying. Very annoying when it comes to making sure students know what homework they're missing, what tests they're missing, and what quizzes they're missing. In fact, I'll announce that every day. Okay, you two are missing this homework assignment. You three are missing this one. You two are missing this quiz. You will know. So don't worry about that. I will let you know very well. Absences. Now listen, I do it different at Berean than most classes because we have a video class. So you better listen really careful. This is big time important. Let's say again that you're absent tomorrow, okay? And you come in Friday and I'll decide to give a quiz. Well, if you say to Miss Carroll, and Miss Carroll, please listen to this, because if any student comes to you and says, I'm not taking the test or quiz, you need to say to them, I'm sorry, you're going to take it or it's going to be a 0, because I'm telling you students now, if you miss a day and you come in the next day, whatever we're doing that day, you're going to do. Why is that? Because you have the video to watch at your house, guys. That's common sense. I cannot let you guys get behind when I'm not there. If you're sick Thursday, watch the video at home. Well, I have questions on my homework. It doesn't matter. I'm not there to help you anyways. You have the homework help video to help you. So if you miss a day, the next day you come in, you should turn your homework in from Thursday. And you should know exactly what's going on. And you should take a test or a quiz for everyone. I don't care if you miss 3 days. Let's say you miss Thursday, Friday, Monday, and then you come back on Tuesday. When you walk in the door on Tuesday, if we're taking a test or a quiz, you will take it. And students, don't groan and complain. That's fair. I mean, if you're sick at home, you have all day to watch the video, all day to watch the video, all day to watch the video, okay? So, anytime you're absent, the day you come back, you're doing everything that we do in class. If it's a quiz, you're taking it. If it's a test, you're taking it. If there's homework due, you're turning it in. Now there is one exception. Sometimes big emergencies come up to where you miss days of school and you could not watch the video because of extreme situations. No problem. Email me and let me know, and I'll email Miss Carroll and tell her. That's no problem. But what I'm not going to allow is for you to walk into class on Friday and say to yourself, oh snap, I forgot about this video. And so I'm not ready for the quiz, and then try to get out of it, okay? You need to email me. You need to email me before you come back to school if there's a problem, and let me know. Lastly, I want to talk to you about the authority of the supervising teacher. Miss Carroll knows this, but I want you students to know this, and I'm going to use a Dave Ramsey illustration. At Berean Academy, there is a Dave Ramsey financial class you'll take when you're seniors. It's a really good video class. Dave Ramsey lives in Nashville. If Coach Steve Robinson has a student in class who's sleeping or talking or throwing things or not paying attention or not working hard, Coach Robinson's not going to pick up the phone and call Dave Ramsey in Nashville and say, Dave, I've got a problem here. He's going to take care of it himself. And Miss Carroll knows to do that. But I want you students to know that I support her if she gives you a referral. It's the way it goes. If she feels like you deserve to not get some bonus points that we're working on, maybe one class period, and she emails me and tells me that, I support her. If she moves you away from another student, then I support her. She's the teacher, not me. All that I'm providing are the videos, the structure, the schedule, the tests and the quizzes. She's there and she's running the classroom, okay? I want to be very clear about that. And let's have a great year, guys. I'm only a phone call or email away. Please do not hesitate to contact